Yo, what's up guys? Just finished first place at Texas Regionals. 469 players with Nemeses Mannadium. The deck was cracked, undefeated. First place, I mean, 9 rounds, 9-8-0-1. Destroyed everyone. And the deck outperformed all my wildest imaginations. Going first, going second. And I think you need to play the Nemesis cards in it. I really do. I think the Nemesis cards were MVP by far. Going first or going second, that didn't matter. You search it with Banshee. I'll get into all the combos later. Insane. If you guys saw my other list where I finished first at locals, my YCS list where I played 60 card, Sinful Spoils, Bestial, all that stuff, I cut the Bestials, I basically cut the fat, and now it's 52 cards, but just fire and just gas. With still a shit ton of go second cards. 0 hand traps. The hand traps are shit. Don't play hand traps. You're negging yourself. Like, you're gonna start with 5 cards. Any generic 6 cards in my deck, I'm breaking any board with. I also won a PS5 with it too. Let's go. So we're gonna get straight to this video. Before we do, I wanna give a big shout out to myself for being the best player in the game. Secondly, for team InspireTCG for helping me come out here. Also for Dueling Guard, our sponsor, and my other sponsor, myself. I'll go on tripgaming.com and duelingguard.com, get cool deck box play mats, and get the Mannadium Masterclass so you can also win regionals. All right, let's go. Let's get straight into it. First things first, Nemesis Flag, Nemesis Escados. You go for it first. When you go first, you don't main rep or dockets. You don't blind call anything. They're just extenders going first. This recycles Astrolaud. You search it. It recycles Astrolaud. So now you have 3 Astrolauds, but you play 2. And the Escados just sticks in your hand as the best follow-up ever. When you go second, you search this at the very end. Escados Machine. Nice rescue ace pussy deck. Destroy it. And even if you don't beat them that turn, they can't play next turn. And that's the whole idea going second. Allowing SP to be a bomb card now. Just because of this going second. You can always get it. And post side deck, you put in Reprodocus. So when you call, think of all the top decks. Purely Fairy, Unchained Fiend, Tier Limit is shit. Mirror Match Warrior, Infernal Warrior, all this other stuff, like Rescue Ass, you call Machine. Every deck, even if you call Fairy for Runic Bestial, they can't do shit. All these decks, Dragon Link, destroys every single matchup by itself. Alright, so that's the main part I want to talk about. The rest should be very straightforward. If you guys watch my videos, if you play less than these, your bozo needs to play 9. For more reason that it's a rank 4 deck now, but I can't stress enough, 9, maxed. No matter what, if you're playing 40 or not. 2 Vices, again, I'm playing Perlerino as well. You search it anytime you want. And you don't need more, you have these, you search it. It's perfect, 3 meek. Don't play Torrid or otherwise you're a bozo. Fenrir, you need to play insane. He's 18, I don't need to discuss those 20. Next, my Sinful Spoils package. That is right. Souls is a Sinful Spoils card. Because you go Souls send Black Witch, Cross Sheep some shit, Dark some shit, Selene special this, get Jet out. Get Savage Dragon out. So Souls equals Black Witch. And then as far as, what about Droll, bro? I got Drolled 100 times, not 100. At least 5 throughout the whole tournament. It's fine because you expect Droll to be the first card. You play in total, there's 5 defensive cards, 14 total defensive cards. Out of the 14 defensive cards, you're gonna draw 1 or 2, and you always make an SP, no matter what. And depending on your hand, you sometimes make Baron and Savage as well, depending on what you have. So you'll always have 2, 3, 4 interrupts through Droll, so it's fine. But these allow you to play through it. You help make Savage Dragon with the Diabellstar stuff. And because this is a quick play, if you get Droll, you just chain this and are still guaranteed 3 summons. You're guaranteed a Savage Dragon versus Droll, and you're guaranteed another monster for SP. Plus the Fenrir, plus the droplets, the econs, so you're always insured of it. And Souls makes Selene and Access Code insane. Like it's a linked deck, you're not playing Mannadium anymore. By playing these, you're playing a full-fledged combo deck, and because of all the free field spells you get, they're free adds. This always says free draw. This always says free summon. You never send from your hand, ever. You get the free value from the field spell, which you have 1,000 of in rotation consistently. So 27 monsters, 25 spells. The field spell package. I cut rights off to 2. I want to cut as low as, I trimmed all the fat. I tried to cut everything as low as possible. One last thing to mention. Sometimes, because you're siding in like 8 to 10 board breakers, you side out the Sinful Spoils package quite a lot. So when you do, the reason why we play 1 Illusion of Chaos is for Souls to still be able to send itself without having to remove all the souls. I know, I'm a genius. Make sure to play the 1 Illusion of Chaos. Post side, when you play around Droll, you essentially just remove search cards. And if you're keeping the Blackwood stuff post side, going first to play around Droll, so that's when you remove this. You remove one of each field spell, remove Rhoda, remove Terraforming, remove the spells. Post side going first. So you play these field spells with these 1-ups. Always keep Terraforming post side no matter what, going second, because Thrust will get the Terraforming to get the Rights Off, to get the Fenrir, to get the Scare Cash, to cook your opponent. In the finals, I was facing against 3 hand traps. Hand trap, my Rumar got hand trapped, my Lightheart got hand trapped, some other shit got hand trapped, who knows? And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, Astrolaud, Banish from Grave, pop my own Lightheart, Special, my second VC Samsara, thank God I play 3, because I'm not a bozo, and then I make another Lightheart, right phobia, full combo, 3 hand traps, no problem, in the finals, in front of 50 people watching. Because it's a combo-oriented deck, he has to stop all this other shit, and he has no chance. The duel, to be honest, is over before it even starts, just due to the fact that we play the best deck. 2 Arrival, 1 Obsidian, you don't need Reframing. You don't need it at all, whatsoever. It's a brick. And they lose it to Super Poly, even more. 2 Arrival is great, always keep it at 2. You don't need more than 1 Obsidian. 1 Obsidian is fine. It's totally fine. Don't play bricks. And Obsidian loses to Droll more, you don't need 2. 1's fine. If you want to side Reframing, I guess, but you literally just Nemesis lock their ass. Who gives a fuck about Reframing? Okay, now the defensive cards, 3 Droplet, 3 Econ, 2 Talents. You're playing 52. I try to cut it as much as possible. I try to make it even like 48, 49. But in the cards you remove, you will miss. By playing 1 Blackwood instead of 2, you will miss it for souls. Yes, I know you have Illusion of Chaos, but you side out the Illusion of Chaos post side for Droll. Like a lot of the stuff you want to cut out, you're gonna miss. I'm gonna cut out. Imagine cutting Rights Off to 1. No, Rights Off is literally the best card in the deck. Versus Droll, it guarantees you Fenrir. Going second, it guarantees you Fenrir plus full combo. On top of that, it's a free spell with your Sinful stuff and your Soul stuff. And you play in total, it's a lot. Like 3, 4. Like keep in mind how much you're gonna get. 1 second, let me pull these out. This is 4. 1 second. Where are they? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like 9 plus even this 10. So you want full value for this. On top of that, any deck that plays Sinful Spoils, you dark their own Sinful Spoils. You dark their Black Witch to special it, to then get this to keep going. It's so important. And then you could dark Crash to search souls. Like this package is why I won, not Mannadium. This is the best part of the whole deck, more than Nemesis. I can't stress this enough. I will never play this deck without these again. I cracked the format playing these. You need to play it. Like going undefeated, the first time I played this deck was yesterday. 5-0 at the locals, easily. And now today, undefeated in 9 rounds at a big event with 470 players. Clearly it's something right. Like, I didn't even do anything crazy, I just played the deck. I might be the best player in the game, yes, but I just played cards, and they just won. My deck was just infinitely better than every other deck. So you don't even have to outplay your opponent, you just be a bozo and you'll still win. So Banshee, you don't need to play Reprodocus because when you're go first, you just keep the Escados in your hand, and going second, your opponent already has a board to use it, but you side into the Reprodocus for after. But yeah, 2 Lightheart, mandatory. 1 SP is fine, because you could, Dark somehow equals a second SP, because everyone's playing SP. So your Dark can literally just summon their own SP. Congratulations, you have 2 now. So it's fine. And there's some ways to recycle it, but I wouldn't consider them good ways. So it's fine, you don't need it, you're fine, it's fine. Cross Sheep, Celine, Access, Apollosa. Cross Sheep, Dark, into so any of the spellcasters into Celine, into these right away. It's so important, like I can't stress this enough. This is how you play through hand traps. When you go, Celine is the game changer of this deck, where you no longer need, I need Room Heart or I lose. Fuck Room Heart, I don't need that shit. The amount of times I ended with boards like Fenrir, let's take a hand trap to fuck. My opponent has 4 cards left. No problem, fam. And on Apollosa, and on SP, and on Fenrir, and on any of the 10 defensive cards I have in my deck. They have 4 cards, they fucking lose. Without any actual Mannadium combos. This is just playing Yu-Gi-Oh combos. So they're vital, huge, big time. And I'm the pen god, of course I'm gonna play Celine. That's 8, 9, 2 Astrolaud, but you really play 3 because you could recycle it. So with Nemesis Flag, you can recycle SP at times, but it'll be too late for that. Astrolaud's a lot easier too. The SP banishes Astrolaud. It's a lot easier to recycle it with Nemesis Flag. Here's the synchros, 6, 8, that's it. You're not playing Mannadium. You don't need anything else. No Crimson Dragon, no Dispatcher, that shit's dog shit. Literal, it's ass. Don't play that shit. This, mandatory. That's it. You don't need more. Focus on links. Links is what makes his deck. If you don't want to play Nemesis, I would advise against it, but if you don't want to, it's okay. You could remove this, but this is how you win. This is how you win. That's it, the links, period. Can't stress it enough. If I were to remove this, it would not be for Typhon. Typhon is very bad in this deck because the Typhon is basically going to go on top of a Baron or a Savage Dragon or a Fenrir. So you always lose your interruption. In this deck, Typhon's not as good as it is in other decks. I would highly advise to keep this. Side deck. 3 Thrust, Duster, Double Storm, Double Evenly, Anchor Tops. These 9 go in almost every single matchup completely and entirely, except if there's specific matchup is bad against. If you're facing against a literal doo-doo deck, don't play evenly, just OTK their ass. That's literally the reasoning, to OTK their ass. These 9, and then Herald, against heavy combo, you also put in Herald of the Abyss. Of course, it's mainly for purely for these 4, but against heavy combo, you still put this in, because any combination of these with this is insanely powerful, where you get rid of the Baron, and then evenly the board. So it still counts as a board breaker. And against shitter decks, if you don't want to side too much, you could do something like 1 of each to have them all as thrust targets, and put in a called by. Because going second, if you're facing a big ass board, like let's say they have legit like 6 negates and Droll, you already lost. You're not beating 6 negates and Droll. You're not beating Droll normally going second, but on top of 6 negates, you can. There's ways to play around Droll, such as droplets right after you search, or don't like try to OTK, but don't focus too much on it. And if you have to face a whole board and it, that's like sometimes putting called by post side. Going second is not the best for heavy combo. But against mid-range decks, always put it in. And against mid-range decks, always put in one of these going second as well. Any D-Barrier. If D-Barrier solos the deck, not this. If D-Barrier solos the deck and you're playing a mid-range deck, the only way you lose is Droll. Whatsoever. So always put D-Barrier going second against every mid-range deck that hard loses to this card. Every one of them. Purely, any synchro deck, tier limit for fusion, legit anything. So if you do get drolled, you just thrust the D-Barrier, you put up some half-ass board so you don't die, D-Barrier them, and then you kill them on your follow-up. And when you're going first now, you always put these in. If one of these is shit against the deck, okay, you just don't put it in. Always put these in and you remove 6 search spells. Vital. 6 search spells, or like Illusion of Chaos, or anything that searches. Now when your opponent drolls you, you always in on 3 interruptions, always. So even with 5 cards, and they have 5 cards, you have 3 interruptions, you're fine. You still win. I've won countless games when I got drolled. And then Reprodocus for going first, and Cowboy just because it's my ace card. And that's the deck. The deck was absolutely insane. There was not a single time when I was fearful of losing. I knew every single time I was going to win, and I was a little disappointed I didn't 2-0 everyone. But I 2-0'd most people. That's it for the video. If you guys got this far, make sure to check out the duelingguard.com down below, as well as trifunoski.com to get your cool deck box. Check out my Mannadium training, and shout out Team InspireTCG and myself for being the best player in the game. See you guys.